Put on my hat, take off my glasses. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers. Round town and long distance truck drivers, shout out to the crossing guards, shout out to the school teachers, shout out to law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel, shout out to Troy Stars Trucking Vlogs on YouTube, shout out to whatever it is your job description is, shout out to you, shout out to security guards and the chefs in the kitchens and the secretaries in the offices, shout out to you, shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person. Shout out to you. If you want good for others like you want good for yourself, shout out to you. Here we are on this beautiful Monday morning, and we start out by giving thanks and praises to the Most High because, I know we do it, so it wasn't us that brought us here. Grace and mercy and blessings brought us here, and we're elated to be here, happy to be alive in this moment in time, to be here with each other so we can full joy this life. You know what I mean? We have some things to talk about this morning, and we're gonna do all that. Audrey Wright says, remember to hit the thumbs up button as you enter the live, please. We'll start off bad already. We already have 175 in here, only 33 thumbs up. Don't forget the mailman, the mailman, the milkman. I was gonna say something about the milkman. Back in the day, mailman and milkman used to go house to house and deliver mail and milk. And a lot of children were born that were not the husband's children. People used to say, you look like the mailman or you look like the milkman. Lulu Ridges says, stop it. Hey, big up on yourself, man. For all of you who, all you need is a reminder and you hit the thumbs up, then I appreciate you for that. You know what I mean? Somehow, no matter how many times we say hit the thumbs up, please. Me don't know what me do. Strip off my clothes in your phone. I want to spot shirt. What the hell was that? Oh, there's something with me that drink just now. Strip off my clothes in your phone or something. Get on my knee and beg on or something. I don't know what I want me do. But to all the good, clean-hearted people out there, just hit the thumbs up button, please. And to the rest of you, I don't know. I guess if you feel like it, do it. Anyway, there's a lot of people in here already this morning. Big up on yourself. Thank you for being here. My special big ups go out to the people whose names are in green because those people give me an extra level of support. So I can feed me 20 picnic them and pay these bills because I'm struggling. I was living in my car just the other day and finally get somewhere to live. I remember doing, I shouldn't even laugh. Shout out to those who are living in their cars for real. We take serious thing, make jokes sometimes, but it's understand says a joke, people. I remember doing a lot of vlogs from inside the car. Me and Shakira did a laugh and a talk yesterday. Remember doing a lot of vlogs. I used to like living in my car, literally, because I was always on my way to something or getting back from something, and that wasn't stationary. And every time we would do a vlog, like people would the comment section, a lot of comments, would be like, yo, youth, you're homeless. It look they would be like, you're homeless. It look like you don't have nowhere to live. Oh God, you look like you need a next job. Why? Something they would say all kinds of stuff to me, man. Like, look how long you're there for now. You can't afford somewhere to live. You still a vlog out a car and all kind of something like that. It's the memories. The memories. It was all what made it fun though. See, scatter. Big up yourself, family. What go on? But there. All right. S Diva is in the building. Them want your ball and beg. They want me ball and beg, strip off my clothes down on the ground and roll around and everything. Hold on there. I don't know if this was a dream or if this is real. Some things says a dream I have, but the dream was so real. I had a dream where there were 5 Jamaicans gathered at a place to make a phone call, and for some reason, all of us was gathered there waiting on our turn to get to the phone. Kind of like back in the day when I one phone did up on the corner and you'd have to put coins in the phone and thing. So the 5 Jamaican them, as soon as they came up, I said to the person I was with, which I don't remember, me say a Jamaican them here, you know. Me know. Me know my people anywhere me see them. Me I tell you a little piece of dream me have last night. Me say me know my people anywhere me see them. I think it was wife because she said, how you know that? And I said, me know my people them anywhere me see them. And then soon after that, one of them started singing a reggae song, and the next person started talking like just in a raw patois. And they were organizing a funeral for their parent, one of them parent in Jamaica, but we did the in a foreigner do it. Your dreams be so weird sometimes. You know how them said dream not fly straight? Me I wonder where this a dream you come from, or why did I have a dream like that? Anyways, over the weekend I went to the beach. As you can tell, it was hot. My pale skinned son, because I have some dark skinned children and then some pale skinned children. But let's get them caught up before we get into our topics. We have some serious stuff to talk about this morning, you know. We're gonna get the Cocotee Grand Send Off out the way first, and then we're gonna get into the Jamaica signs a MOU with the Philippines. All right. Stay tuned for the Philippines talk because you know somebody alive. But anyway, I may have some, you know, may have some light skin picnic and some dark skin picnic. And the light skin one them burn up at the beach yesterday. We didn't think the sun was that hot because the water was super cold. And like Jamaica where the water warm and nice. The water was super cold. And then later in the night, after me drop him off from a beach trip, his mother text me and say how him burn up. And him look like he's in pain. And him red like when you boil crab. And me I say, yo, I didn't think he was that bad, badly burnt. She said, yeah, I had to go to the pharmacy and pick up some burn gel for rub over him. I said, damn. So thank God for melanin coming. They have some melanin, some good. Me never burn up like him. Jerome Pearson, big up yourself, Jerome. Says, Flo, that story about pawn your gun every week. I used to do that with my tools and lawnmower. So much that they used to give me the money as the equipment devalued because they used to me. Not anymore. Yeah, man. A lot of us have come a long way, you know. That's why we give thanks, because we know what suffering is, we know what struggle is. And I'll tell you the truth, under all of that, I'm not gonna say I didn't panic because I had mouths to feed that depended on me, but I beat my chest over one thing. And that one thing is I see a brother make a video the other day and he was like, all you guys out here saying XYZ about mothers, but why don't you take your child and keep your child for 1 month? No help or nothing from the mothers. Me beat my chest this up. Yeah, because I was so good that even, you know, when you have the kids them and you can get a nice income tax return at the end of the year because you have 6 picnic and them something there. I used to, when I would file and I would cut that check in half and send half of it go give their mother. And their mom, I never took a dollar from them, not even a penny from the mom all year for them. And I would still file income tax and cut it in half and said, because I just wanted to see her do good. You know what I mean? Wanted to see her get better in life because I don't know if a man know this or not, but children usually are connected to their mom. So if their mom's not doing good, the children can usually pick up on it and they will start not doing good as well. So my main concern was always making sure that my children are happy, and I know that by extension, their mother happy as well. You know what I mean? Cause pick up off of them something there. That's why I always said I couldn't be with a woman who frowned if I was to help my children's mother. Cause it gone bad already. Me don't have multiple children by multiple different women already. So if you're gonna come into my life, you can't be one of them where I gonna be like, why are you still helping her? You and her must still be doing something. That you know, my children's mom have to be okay too. And if it's in my power to help, I help. But when we didn't have me youth them, or when I still have them, but when I was raising them and I was struggling, I still never asked for a dollar from their moms. I put the money together myself. Even when me have to pawn me things them and collect the money. I was saying that to my son the other day. I say, yo, you remember? I'm sure you know God good to me. Listen, listen. The street that I live on now is completely renovated. Back in the day, the economy crashed. And when the economy crashed, the banks were trying to hold on to houses because people was literally upside down in their houses in Florida, and they would just walk away from the house, left the property to the bank, sign it over to the bank and leave it. So the bank started renting these houses to people who never would normally qualify for a house like this. You can't own it, but you could rent in this neighborhood, right? And that happened until the economy recovered. Now, when the economy recovered, they literally started evicting people out of these communities by simply raising the prices back to what it would be for a house like that and putting the houses up for sale instead of renting them out to people, and requiring that you make 3 to 4 times your monthly rent if you were going to rent one of these properties. So immediately a lot of people went back to the other side of the city. This is the same area when we did inner. When me used to me drive down the street and I saw there was a guy that owned a landscaping company, and him throw something out in the road for garbage truck come pick it up. And it was a big basin. Some of them not even know what basin mean, and they are foreign too long. A big basin, big pan. And there's something that they dig the earth and put it in the earth and then plant flowers around it so it look like you have a pond in your front yard or something. Me draw that go on my yard and put it around at the back of the house, right? At the time. And fill it up with water and tell my kids them say a swimming pool this. My little baby them enjoy themselves in it, them play in it. I have pictures up to this day of them. They didn't know. Yeah, them never know the difference. They swear so them did have a swimming pool. So, you know, so years later now, when we are now financially able and better, you know, we have house now with swimming pool and all these things and pool house and all these things. So when I said that to my son the other day, he was like, damn. And I said, yo, Kosi, I didn't even tell you all this, right? But I used to pawn my stuff. I used to pawn my gun. And the guy would give me $250 every. Once he seen me coming, he was like, damn, you on rotation. All right. I got to say it to you. You know it's 250. I needed that 250. So every time him give me, I would have full up the tank for the week because the car have to move. I would fill the tank up for the week. I would put groceries in the house. Out of 250, you know, full up the tank for the week, put groceries in the house and keep a little extra money in case anything else need to be bought around the house or whatever, or pay some bills and all that. And I never collected welfare in my life. I mean, never begged nobody else for nothing in my life. When I told my son that, my son said, damn, Dad, really? I said, yeah, man, really. Sometimes we didn't have nothing. And he was like, you know, we never felt that. That to me, when he said we never felt that, I was like, yo, it made me feel like him put a crown on my head. You know what I mean? I said, because for him to say we never felt that, when they never felt like they needed stuff, they never felt like they were without things and all this. And looking back at all their pictures and everything, my children were always clean, always well dressed, always, you know what I mean? I said, them kind of something that, so man, God is God. And God is always in the midst, no matter if you recognize it or not. You know what I'm saying? Humble yourself, do the work. I think I made a promise to God, and God made a promise to me. And I should make this public as well. God said, don't you ever forsake your children. Work hard, sacrifice, do what you have to do to give these children the best childhood, the best growing up possible. And if you do that, honor me with this, and I will honor you with whatever else your desires are, right? Now you know God now give no desires were ungodly. So me now in the sight of God now look for nothing ungodly. All I just wanted to do was to be financially able and to give my children what I'm able to give them. And it worked out just fine. Sometimes me I wonder where the rotten blessing I come from, boy. Me not lie. Sometimes I'm like, I'm just laughing and cheesing and smiling like, me don't know, me just overjoyed more time, you know, cause we really go through it. We really go through it. But yeah, it's as a testament though, and a message to like my brothers them out there though. Like man, do for your kids, man. That's all I can say is do for your kids. Your blessing will come when you do for your children. That's all I can say. And I'm a living testament to that. Your blessings will come when you do for your children. The video I put up this morning though, about the couple there from Jamaica that's facing the death penalty, you need to listen to the words I said in that video. I don't know why one lady left a comment that said, just tell us the story without bashing all women. You must hate women or something. Something about where woman do you. I, I don't know where she get that from, but I did reply and say maybe you are one of those women that need bashing, so probably you resonate with the stuff I said. Some women will do XYZ, which is not a lie. Some women will do XYZ, put man over them picnic, all other kind of something like that. Let a fox into the hen house, so to speak, etc., etc. Some women will do those things, and man like me who live there, experience them, think that I could speak from experience. Some people don't want to hear truth, so they always take your word and twist it into something else, that you never said, kind of thing. But that's a good one to listen to for the fellas them who say, SouFlo, use your platform to sometimes speak about the things that men go through, like women, and the things they do concerning our children. And when them get vindictive and them say them no love you no more, so them a go XYZ you and hurt you, and they will even hurt your children trying to hurt you, kind of thing. So I've done that. I've done that. But go listen to the video though. I'm not gonna go through the details of that video. It was heartbreaking going through all the stories. The last part, new information that I found after I did the video, right before I was about to start this video, was that little boy's internal organs were all mashed up. That's a word. We are Jamaican. The internal organs were mashed up. Yeah, and what else them say? Yeah, his internal organs were mashed up. So there's a part in the video where they describe how they were torturing him, and I said, what would an adult? This can't be somebody who's grown who has a well-thinking mind, because the stuff that was described in the video that I was saying the affidavit said they were doing to him. I said any well-thinking individual would know that that was going to be the outcome of that action. So after I done do the video is where in a different more updated publication, I read that, oh, they're from St. James in Jamaica. And yeah, his internal organs were mashed up. So that's exactly what I would have thought was gonna happen if you do that, But them come at the right place, come do it, because I mean, the little youth gone already, so I can't save him by saying these words, but you did it in the right place, because if them did do that in a Jamaica, I would think that they would somehow be able to get away with that. You don't get away with that here. You're not getting away with that in the state of Florida. You get free. And rightfully so. God bring you to the right place, come exercise your wickedness, because this is where your punishment will begin. Can run out wicked forever, but eventually you will have your day. Janet Heron says she is the one who put man over their kids, and they got wicked people. Man, also, I'm following this case also from Chicago. All right, Janet, I will stay on top of this case as well, because now I'm super invested in the case. Shout out to those of you who sent the case to me. I got a couple of you over the weekend was like, SouFlo, how come you're not talking about this? This is in Florida. I may say I'm only one person. I can't hear everything that's happening and see everything. But give me a place to start. And somebody shot me one news Fox 5 or Fox 10 or something. And I went Fox 35, something like that. And I went there. And then from there, I was able to, okay, do my kind of digging then. I can't really say how me dig, because, everybody, they pay attention and then them start dig the way you dig, and before you know it, everybody will do the same thing. You are do the same way you are do it. May I sell peas, everybody will line up side and me to sell peas too. So, but I did my kind of digging and drop all of the other information in there. That's why the video is so lengthy. The video I put up this morning, I believe is like 30 something minutes or 40 minutes of information given out. Sad situation though, man. Sad. Y'all watch my Jamaica blog. Y'all heard what Kai said. I was joking. Me edit out the part there out of the video, you know, because some people are super sensitive. So, and I told y'all before already, me kind of rough in a real life, right? Like, so especially with my boys. So I would say something to Kai like in passing. I would say, what? When just say that boy I need a bitch lick, you know, about that you do. And I'll go on about my business, right? Now, if somebody else hears that, they're like, oh my God, he said a bitch like to the little kid, etc. So I edit that out of the video. But when I was talking about it after I left that in there, you know, I said, boy, if some of them people ever hear me when we did say earlier, say Kai need a bitch lick. And here Kai, he said, if you did that to me, I would go to karate and I would literally become the strongest man in there, and I'll come back and I'll beat you down. And then he said, and remember, I'm not going to be small forever. This is my 6-year-old. So I say, yes, Papa, me know. Me did a joke, and that's why I make sure I treat you good. Because when time when you get older, I hope that you remember that you never did get no bitch because you were treated good. You know what I mean? But this is a 6-year-old. So these adults out here, the, all the adults that used to like talk to me funny and everything, got so good to me, man. I tell you, the man make me 6'5", 270 pounds. Some people when they see me in real life, they're like, SouFlo, but you're big in that truth, for real, man. Oh, you look so little on the screen. I figured you were like 5'8", 5 something or something. No, me big and tall. But when I see them in real life now, not that size matters, because I fight bigger people than me, but not that size matters. But when them see me now in a real life, I'm able to like, you know, me stand up on them and me look on them. And when I look at some people sometimes, I look them like dead in them face because some of the things that they said when I was a child, right? Right? And I was a child like just yesterday. I'm like, you never really know so that day I would have come, right? Part of me feel like I want to thump you in your face. So I just stare like right into them eyes, and you can see them like I search the room, like they can't really hold my eye contact on them. You know, very timid in their conversation and their approach to me, but me not do nobody nothing still. God got me and I'm good. But I ain't doing nobody nothing. But you all you adults out there, man, just know say, just like I said, they're not gonna be little forever. They're gonna be big, quick, and they're gonna be big longer than they are small by far. So if you don't want that to be your reality where them kids grow up and is standing in front of you, they will, and they will, and they'll confront you too, some of them. And you're gonna have to answer to the music. Yeah? When I look at you come drape you up in your shirt collar, and you're not as strong as you used to be. Eh? And slap you too hard ears in some situations, depending on what you did to them. So my thing is I respect these kids just as much as everybody else. They're human beings. They're just little people. We're not big yet. They're human beings. See? You know how we grew up though. Picking up in their own wish spot, big people that yo, go around so. Take yourself and go around so. We couldn't say nothing out of place. We couldn't speak out of turn. You couldn't speak when I was growing up, y'all. Miss Ruby them never play no. You could not speak when an adult was speaking to another adult. My picnic them I grow up, I'm talking to wifey and the kids them and mommy, 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 or dad, dad, dad. In the middle of me saying, yeah, babe, so you know, say, we have to go over so and so first and then drop off this by that, and then after that we can take the rest of the stuff back over. Mommy, mommy, dad, daddy, daddy. And I'm like, could you chill? Let me finish saying what I'm saying to your mom first. We could not do that. Them would have swapped you away like fly. One backhand. And you were there no more. I said the backhand used to swift, you know. And you were there no more as a kid. So you learned not to speak when adults were speaking. Matter of fact, if adults gather up in a one place and used to have a conversation, we knew as kids to go that way or that way, but don't come over here, so because this is not your place. Go around so with the rest of the picnic them. I don't know who else grew up like that, but that's how me grew up, right? Change Able said, good morning, everyone. And I want to say that, yes, SouFlo, seems that you can be rough in real life, but you always have a side to you that's soft, kind, thoughtful, caring, that I can see how baby girl is. Absolutely, my friend. And I don't try to be rough in real life, like unnecessarily either. You know, I just have this survival thing in me, so I'm able to get like rough and dangerous if necessary. But me not walk around like that. Life is too short. I ain't trying to walk around. You know, some people walk around like them are the toughest thing, or them can fight anybody, or bullbuck and duppy conqueror, like my grandmother used to say. I'm not that guy. I run from confrontation. Me no want no confrontation with nobody. I don't want no beef with nobody. I don't look for no confrontation with nobody. I don't go around dissing people because that stuff could come back around to you at times you don't expect it. You know, just try put some good energy in the universe, but that no means that we are weak fence still. We can still get violent when we need to be and all that other kind of stuff too. My brother used to tell my dad after a scolding, don't stand near no stairs when wait, Lulu Ridges, see that comment right there, right? Don't stand near no stairs when you get old, pops. He didn't mean it. You think he didn't mean it? That's what I don't want. That's one of my biggest fears. Me dep on my walking stick. I want the people them come and just kick with that. Hey boy, you don't need that. To old ass. What's up now? What's up now? And you like, I want to know I try do. I fight y'all, try fight me. I fight y'all, try fight me after all the good me do for you. You top them slow or feeble after all the good me do for you. Get leg off of me, leg of me now. Can me guy nursing home? Me no want to stay here no more. Me no want to around me. Me not trust you no. And they over there beat you up every day. Yeah, we laugh, but that things here happen. Them things here happen. Some people keep them parents around just so they can beat them ass for all the things they did to them when they were younger. You know, me no want that. I only hope so them remember how good I was to them. Cause you know them ungrateful too. Some of them ungrateful to you. You sacrifice your life. Then don't remember nothing. You weren't there. You never did nothing. My mom did everything. You know what that comedian Chris Rock. Chris Rock said, if you're a man, I suggest you take pictures, write stuff down, keep a record, dates, all that. Because in the future, as soon as anything goes south, you were never there. You never paid for nothing. You never helped with nothing. You never did nothing. It's how things set up in up. Like you will work hard and give their mom the money and you tired and you say, yo, take care of them, go shopping, go buy XYZ. In their mind, my mama did that. Your ass was in bed sleeping. Right? So it always go like that. Y'all going on vacation? It's the mom that always gather the kids up and pull out them clothes and say, you're gonna need 2 swimming trunks and you're gonna need 2 sweatshirt, 2 marina, 2 this, 2 that, and roll up and pack them bags and stuff, right? Pack their snacks to go to the park and whatnot. You busting your ass trying to get the bills paid and get everybody to not have to worry about bills. Them not sit up. So if anything ever goes south, just remember your ass wasn't there. My mama did all this. My mama did all this. You were nobody. The only thing you did, you came home talking about don't do this and don't do that. That's it. I was glad when you left. Not all children that get the best will even remember their parents until they're on their deathbed. You see them a run come. Yeah, I'll be in them long-term care facilities. I know. Yeah, I know. I see it. Only time some of them get visits is when it's time to sign paperwork. Like them have to sign over some property or sign some what you call it now, the stuff that gives somebody else jurisdiction over your properties or whatnot, power of attorney. When they have to sign one of those, or checks come in that need to be cashed, and they'll slide by the facility and grab daddy's signature on a check. And come on, daddy, you gotta sign this. How you been, daddy? How you been doing? And he like, you don't even be coming to see me. When last time I seen you, girl? And she said, Daddy, come on now. I was just up here. The nurse them over there said, wicked. Last time she came to see her daddy, you know, and nurse them have them one gossip circle. Last time she came to see her daddy was like 6 months ago. I bet you he got a check. And the next one would be like, yep, he got a check. That's what she in there trying to get signed right now. That wicked ass bitch. Damn. And she in there telling him she saw him last week because she know that man got dementia or Alzheimer's. She just playing with his mind. Come on, daddy. You know, I just seen you just the other day. Just the other day was 6 months ago. That would do your son. That would do your son. All the time them come see her is when it's time to sign your check them or sign over your property to them. That's it. I want nothing else to do with you. June Johnson says, SouFlo, you be killing me with these words. Me not hear in a long time. Two marina. Two marina, two pair of crepe. Two crepe in a little suitcase. Yeah, mommy packed my bags. You didn't. Boy, I'm going to the beach and the sun burned me up. But I feel good though. You know, I started back at the gym this morning, or the Kim, as Cartel them call it, at the workout place this morning. Had a good workout, and I'm surprised I'm not sore. And I went kind of hard too, you know, cause me I said, boy, we get a late start, and I want to look good for the summer. And the summer is like almost here, so I have to go double time it. So I haven't been eating. I'm doing intermittent fasting. So I don't eat until midday or after midday. Sometimes I find myself not eating till like 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'm supposed to eat at midday, break my fast. So, and then I can't eat after 6 p.m. So that's where I'm at with that. I've been doing that now for a couple of weeks, except for on the weekends. I cheat 2 days out of the weekend and just yam anything when I want yam. I'm gonna slim that down now to 1 day out of the weekend, and then the rest of 6 days of the week, it's intermittent fasting. Tomorrow you will feel the pain. Yes, Kaz Robinson, I saw the whole body go. You look up today and you think everything all right. Like when I slept in the kitchen. I said, me want some slippers, see? And the slippers them fling me. The slippers them fling me all the way across the kitchen, you know, and the kitchen kind of long. I mean, I don't know how I end up way over where the stove is. I did a split. And my left knee actually bent backwards, like hyperflex. Tried to save myself, buck up in a stove. Shakira was out there. She was like, what happened? That sound when me lick the bottom of my stove, patang. She was like, what happened? I said, the damn slippers fling me over here, so almost fling me into the stove. And me walk away and think nothing. Dr. Serious, big up yourself. Thank you. Me walk away and thought nothing of it. I felt a little pain in my knee, you know, but I tell myself, said, now walk it off, you know. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. By the next day, knee swell up a little bit. I said, rotted. The knee a swell, man. It can. I'm here trying to flex and extend it. And it now give me full range of motion. By the day after that, the knee fat so till couldn't bend. I couldn't even drive because I couldn't bend my left foot leg to go in the car, to go sit down and drive. I couldn't bend my left leg at all. It all straight to how swell the knee was in by day 3. And it took 3 days to get that swollen. I wonder if somebody do me something in my sleep start. You know, and then at nighttime it was feeling like somebody did just have an ice pick on, was just like stabbing the knee. Yeah, I said blouse and a skirt. But it took its time and it went all the way back down. And I feel good now. So I'm in the cautious part of life. I don't want to fall right now because falling is not like before. I don't just fall and get up. You know, I fall and I'm hurt. No matter how I fall, I'm hurt. Even when I don't feel it today, I'm hurt. Y'all ever get, like you run into something and you don't think nothing of it then? And like 2 days later, y'all wonder like, why this a hurt me so? Jesus Christ. But you forget, say, you run into the edge of the bed or you lick your toe them on the edge of the door or something like that. Me reach that stage in my life right now. Everything hurts. Everything hurts. No, now I get to with nothing. Wait, the Millicent Townsend says, I know them drops. I get a lot. No, when I get older, we need to stop drop. Yeah, coffee, we kind of drop them now, and the same kind of drop like before. You know, you still feel young. That's the danger. The danger is your mind still feel young. We still haven't reached a place yet where we're like, you know, some I get old, or you know, some I get older. You're not there yet. We're like, oh, 40s, that's the new 30s. Man, move. I look better than most of these 30-something year olds out here. You know, we doing life. We good. You know what I mean? And then your body always a reminder say, um, yeah, sit down. Sit down, relax. Don't go on that. I go places with my kids, half of the stuff. Me make Shakira go on them with them. All them, when them got amusement park and then they park all them ride the way, heist you up your son, fling you over the sun, dry your back over your son. Not me. I'm on the ground watching everybody. You going? Yeah, and she like, yes, I'm going, I'm going. I'm like, yeah, go on, babe, go on. You know, life insurance policy payout began them something like, go enjoy yourself. Me not going for none of them. Me can't take it. Not like one time. One time I used to want to go on all the rides, right? Gravitron. I don't know if y'all know the Gravitron. The Gravitron spin really, really fast. So you go in there before it starts, and you stick yourself on the wall like that. Once it start move, you can feel yourself getting drawn to the wall, right? And then you stick on the wall like this. We used to be in there turning upside down, making angles on the wall and all kind of something. Man, I tried that the last fair I went to in there. I was in there praying for it to stop. I'm like, God, please. I didn't want the kids to see me panicking on the outside. Me, I'm like, God, please, done this now. Take this off of me. Me not do no more ride after this. I'm in there like, I'm on the wall like this. I was trying to smile, and the thing draw back on my face like so. It just draw. I'm trying to lift my hand up, and it just like, and slip back your hand, slip back your hand. I'm like, how the hell did I enjoy this before? What was in this to enjoy before? This a murder, this a torture. Take me off of this. Yo, when it stopped, you see, I'm pushing past all the kids to get off it when it stopped. I'm like, I'm the first one off. I was looking at it like this is a torture device. That's not a fun ride. That's a torture device. I'm not getting back on Shakira Sheba. All right, come on, let's try this one. No, I'm good. I have to get over what just happened to me on that one. Me not get back on none of that. Yo, live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, Flo. How are you?
I'm good, my brother. How you doing?
I'm all right. So,
Well,
yeah, the last time I went to Six Flags,
mm.
I went on one of the rides. They have two rides. They have Batman and two. We can't even say that. We never go on no Batman or Superman, but I went on a roller coaster ride. And Mr. Flo, because here now, when you're going on these rides, you have to be a certain height.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're too tall, they won't allow you.
Mm-hmm.
So I up my back and shrink my legs and my letter just to go on the ride.
And you regret
and
it.
When it go up in the ear and then they prepare to shoot off like a plane.
Feel like you don't drop out.
It's like me ass, somebody take out my ass. Mr. Flo, close my eyes. And then my feel that my foot out chop off because my foot is long. So I up my foot and close my eye, which is the worst thing ever. That's a really torture, yo.
I don't think them right there is for tall people though, bro. Because
no, and sometimes that's what you get when you cheat, you know?
Yeah.
When you say play together, you win stupid prizes.
Yep. Them tell you about the height requirement. You're in there, hunk up yourself, but yeah, I'm trying to recapture some childhood memories. No, so me not do that again, ever. Me done. My days have come and gone as far as rides go. Me no want to find no more rides.
And the thing is that with social media and scrolling, it make me see some things that happen at many circles where the rides just malfunction and people, plug into their.
So the fear there, the fear grip you when you
fear in you.
Yes, when you feel like me I go drop out on the ride, I start remembering all those when I see on social media. So the fear, I'm good. I first of all, I never used to fear anything when I was going on those rides before. So now the fact that I'm feeling so intense of a fear is just a sign to not do it. That's all.
But where we grew up, Flo, remember I said every fair we used to have the merry-go-round where, the guys them just run around and spin it times modern knowledge.
Yeah, but the merry-go-round that did slow compared
No, man, sometimes that's a real strong back, man.
if not get nothing from when.
So when them are spin, keep that tight, man. You start tight up in that ear and I see,
Yo.
but I hear it earlier that when you're reading the wife, I keep them talking. We used to get beaten for everything.
Yes.
You throw your food, whoop whoop. How much time you tell us do not talk and consume at the same time?
At the same
when you
time.
eat your food, not talk. Yeah, we used to get beat for everything.
Yeah, man. It was their way of teaching us, I tell my kids that too. Say, I know how to make you learn, but don't make me have to go there. Like, my people them believe that pain associated with a lesson, you will never forget the lesson because you did feel pain when you did learn the lesson. But if them, remember how them used to tell with things in Jamaica when we grew up, ain't nobody talking to you 10 times about the same thing. Not true?
Yeah, true.
All
you see how you tell yourself that even when you are big man, certain things you don't do because you just feel them as Rubio will kill you.
Yeah, I feel like Miss Rubio and Miss Cleveland will kill me.
We get beat sometimes. We mother see what they eat with it. You say your prayer, you say your grace.
Woof.
I say because of that, as a big man, not standing out on the road and not buy all alone. I made that, I say my grace before me consume. Because it's just natural.
Yeah, remind me of the last time Miss Ruby came to the US before she passed away. She came to visit us, and we did have all our grandkids, our great grand and grandkids around them. That's the time my grandfather looked at her and said, "Boy, Ruby, the union has been fruitful." I said, my heart feels so proud, That's when I think that's when these pictures were taken right here. Same way we used to look on her all the time, But I remember everybody gather up and food are share and we get ready to eat. And the little picnic them, everybody just digging at them food. I see my grandmother at the head of the table, my grandmother, wait. Nobody don't say grace around here. Wanna just eat just so? No, that can't happen. And everybody just fall in line like right away. The same level of respect that we had for them is the same level of respect that the grandkids had for them, our children had for them as well, which was a beautiful thing. But y'all remind me of that because she wouldn't let anybody eat. But we would have get licked if we did start eat. But she wouldn't lick our kids them. She just call, use the voice there, and everybody put on knife and fork and everything, and then she select somebody to say the grace, bless the food, and then we can eat.
Select somebody.
Yeah, she selects somebody.
In my family, you don't even want to see them my family doing that. Because when they start praying,
yeah, you're hungry something. Yeah.
I can make something. So sometimes it's our poor people to make we eat. God, I eat, pray, I eat. Because they're overdoing, man. They pray for still.
They want to pray for all the people who don't have any food to eat today. And I pray for the knife and the fork, them and the spoon. I pray for everything.
And that's why sometimes as a kid, when you pray, you have to have one guy home because you grab out something off your cousin to you. When you don't walk in your alley too, missing.
Well, we used to do that too. Yeah, we used to do it too. But you have to hide from the adult level of camp. Then catch you with your eye open when them pray master a crucifixion. So you try wait till everybody else eye close and eye that extra piece of meat that on your cousin plate and you just swipe one. And sometimes you used to hold it under the table.
But then somebody knows say Sunday daytime is French fried chicken. And you can't bear to wait till the food because I said that three as a kid.
Oh,
you
God.
just find your father turn over.
Oh,
and you go
God.
to the that piece and put it in your pocket.
Piece of hot chicken in your pocket.
Man, they like the butter. And we just get called, you know, and you hold them out and wipe off the island, play out and your father just see the guilt. Some things that we do as kids.
God no, we have good memories though, you know, bro.
Them kids may not have it.
Them a build them own memories though, but for them memories we don't think can compare to ours. You know?
You see sometimes where we have camp out and you go camp in a church parade or so on. Everybody did it and use all the light and light somebody put bottom and burn the light away, you know. And when you soak and you move it, you know, somebody in the happen in the run, you know, because you know, you can't know who is because you already move the light up.
Yeah.
But it takes a while to stick in and you put bottom and it spins.
But when you feel it, you know.
I thought you when you feel it, man.
Yeah.
But you know, those words it. But as me say, we get beaten for everything. So, you know, but then you know we learn that what we go through, we don't want this to happen to any of our kids.
Oh, Jerome, listen. You remember Salada kick? All right. All right. You wait now. We're there at the beach yesterday. I play football, right? Football, soccer. And Kai kept on picking up the ball like him like anytime we kick the ball to each other, he would have run and pick up the ball and then Carrick go set it somewhere so him can kick it. So hear me to him now. Some people did not pass, right? So me say, hey boy, next time you touch the ball, me I kick you like your body, you know. And them look for me like me like abuse the picnic. So then me call over my older son them and me I tell them, I say, listen, we have a thing in Jamaica called salad kick, right? And it means when me bust your salad, then Mr. Bloodfire, that not sound good. A wife for that. Bust a man salad. That's a why, bro. But that we grow up and say, one man bust your salad and everybody kick you in your body.
Yo. Man, and you have so much when you're supposed to get a kick. Get your lower body, but some man all jump up and high so and straight in your back. Yeah, man, the man that do things so different.
We grow rough, bro.
We are there river and some man named Chop and Chop. Here they have some tough foot back at the back. And when they dive in the water and get up and chop
yeah, we grow different for real, man.
Alright, my boss, we'll go back to the shot.
Alright, manners here.
Yeah.
Alright, so hold on there. Somebody say sometimes them right they used to smell like vomit. True. Cause Pitney used to throw up on them all the time. You know, me grace my food, but my prayer short and sweet. Thank you, Lord, for this food. Amen. Audrey, you come here like me. Thank you, Lord, for this food. Amen. Yeah, I'm going right into it. You can't say them kind of prayers that with my grandmother. You have to make it work. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo. Morning, family.
Morning, family. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. As you're talking about food, did you hear about the container of the chicken that came ashore over by Elsher?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Now that you're here, because I won't be doing any other story about it, but I will address it now. Because I left a comment over there when the news broke saying, please, everybody stay away from it. Don't eat it. I wouldn't eat it. That's very suspicious.
But you don't know where it is, though.
That's very suspicious.
How are you going to know who's selling it?
Well, that's true, too. No, but
because a lot of street side vendors, we don't know if those people will have them cooking and selling to people.
That's true. And a lot of it came in. Well, most of it was frozen. It was still frozen. And I seen one guy, he was like, yes, money up now. So he's probably going to be, cooking it, chicken soup and jerk chicken off the chain for the next month or so. But I find it very suspicious.
They're saying that chicken is not good for consumption because of
mucus
if you read up about where it's coming from and the manufacturer, they're saying that people need to be careful consuming that.
Yeah. You mean that particular chicken?
That particular brand of chicken, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But I don't think they would send us poison labeled as poison. However, I do find it super suspicious.
They're not saying it's poisonous.
No. You're missing my point. I'm not saying they're saying it's poison.
Okay.
What I'm saying is they wouldn't send a chicken that is labeled with a name that we could look up and it would lead to something bad kind of thing. If it was somebody who was intentional on giving food, let's give them this and see what they do with it, but it's tainted with something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right. It would probably have a reputable name on it or something like that where they could say it was an accident. But it's suspicious to me. It's suspicious to me.
It's suspicious. It's
super suspicious to me. I wouldn't eat any of it.
Yeah.
But then again, like you said, I wouldn't know if I'm eating it or not. Because I'm a road person and I eat food from cook shops and street vendors.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Boy.
I just wanted to touch base with you to make sure, if you have any information regarding that.
Yeah, I didn't. They said they already covered whose chicken it is, though.
Yeah.
They found out.
If you do research about it, so you'll find out a little more.
Okay.
There's a lot more to it.
A lot more behind it.
Yeah. Do a little more research on it and read up and you see.
Okay, I will do.
You probably haven't gotten to it yet, but
no, I haven't. I haven't.
People will call in and tell you what's going on.
Okay, will do.
Yeah. All right. Okay, something.
I realized that some of the chicken, they said it's a container of frozen chicken that ended up in Jamaica, washed up on the beach. But when I see the people taking the chicken out the container, the chicken wasn't frozen. It wasn't but I'll go look up. I'll go do my digging and I'll see. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Yo, Father, good morning.
But there, nothing happened.
Yeah. Regarding to the chicken there, and you say a man put you up say it's killed with Islamic custom and rules, next man jump up and say, that means say the chicken are blessed. And I consume it.
Rotten.
So that the chicken that's your brother, the chicken there for consumption. If they say chicken halal chicken, so it's blessed.
Halal chicken, so it's good. But how it reach that though?
It goes sometimes drop off a ship. Just go according to the current.
I wish part it did that go?
Well, anyway, eat halal chicken.
June Johnson say a bandulu chicken. A bandulu chicken.
Yeah. One thing they know. The people them when I say chicken no fit eat, they have a different fridge at their house. Go for meat a month time,
See it.
So it's easy for them. This man no fit eat chicken, man and yam chicken.
But one them we can't really afford it so much is a blessing for them in disguise, not true?
Yeah, once that freeze, I give a dark piece for Sanino dead.
Yo, big up yourself. He said, once that freezer, you give dog piece and the dog now. Watch the dog till morning. If the dog not dead.
See that?
Yeah, you know that.
Yo, another thing too. You see the thing onion salad? Basmati, brother?
What?
Yeah. That's what they call it. Wifey basmati.
Yeah. We can't even say sit there again, brother.
Maybe a primary school, I play the sit there while here, brother. I go to with the salad in about 100 man. I can't give the kick, our teacher rescue me.
I run you up and then, they now make you left without your kicking up.
Brother, kick big days, I'm 100 man kicking, brother.
But I don't know why we come up with them something now. We grew up rough, man. We grew up rough, for real.
You ever play when you get the box?
Yes, Jerome that talk about.
Brother, you take your hand off your chin and a man shot your
yes.
Not play again, brother.
Fight. Yeah, we grow rough, brother.
So rough grade, man. Big up your damn self.
Man, as I respect my brother. Yo, we grow rough enough. And say boy picnic for grow rough. I guess that's where I get that from. We grow rough, but boy picnic for there's an element to this. Yeah, there's an element to this. Come out of the house and go play outside. Remember, you know, when I grew up with no devices and, you know, phone and tablet and all them something there. TV not even did on in the house and them thing there. Right? Come out of the house and go play outside. Yeah, your cousin them kick you down the ground and you out there play and buck off your toe up and stone, kick out all the toenail and all kind of something. We were rough, man. It was very learning weird, but true. It went where it's supposed to go. That's done on purpose, says Karen noticed. Karen, that's exactly what I think. I don't know. You know, you hear the brother just say, you know, sometimes container drop off a shit. Nah, me not buy that. Me not buy that. Somebody said push this off right here, make it go over there. So, because we want to see what the Jamaicans are going to do with it. And I think that it is tainted. I think that it's tainted. Remember them can poison you today now, you know, with all kind of something, and you know, that no register till all 2 years from now. You hear say everybody can have picnic and can do what? Live on the air, SouFLo, good morning.
SouFLo, good morning.
Good morning, family, how you doing?
I'm calling that at SouFLo.
What you say?
SouFLo, imagine no good hospital not there here for poor people.
Mm-hmm.
When all of them are people that eat that the chicken is SouFLo and start get sick, no doctor not there, nobody not there to look about the people.
So you're concerned about it too? You're concerned, about it too? Boy.
That container, how come the container watch up? Which ship can come to come let off one container?
And you know, so few people them take everything for joke, you know, including myself, you know, be guilty of it too, you know.
Man, you know, love what this is cruelty in the hospital done they already.
That's true, man.
See?
Yeah.
Poor people always have feelings to the man because guess what? You see when a man or a woman gets sick, them can't go St. Andrew's Memorial.
Mm-hmm.
They can't go none of the top hospital then.
Mm-hmm.
So for this was deliberately done for what reason?
I don't know for what reason, but me. My comment over there said nobody should eat it because it's tainted.
Enough people name that already.
Yeah, me know.
Enough people name that already. See? And you can contaminated chicken from what it comes. Hold on. It was deliberately from him and say nothing come again.
Why? So where we help minister them then?
And the enemy then no blood clot, breast cancer, proper excuse me, because we want this.
No man, go on man. Go on. Vent it out. Come on, want to know which part them there.
When them there, them supposed to come out to you know.
Why? Why?
Kill the people in South Local, not in the hospital, not in the Panadol, so what don't happen?
You see, a brother said don't even eat it from the vendor them or nothing. Because he's a cook shop on roadside man, you know. And some like my food, you know. And you know, more than likely them people that have it and cook it and sell it. So you know how fast whatever that is going to spread.
So far, I was on Andre Stevens' program last night, and we said one man know about chips. He come and he said the container that was found on the shore, what we came to wash up, that container they can't wash up. What happened to the other container? How comes that one day?
Find it way all the way over there, so beach up.
That particular one.
Yeah.
Eh? Those clad people roll up Jamaica ransom and I would the man. Eh? You have a community with 3,000 or 4,000 people in it to pop up in a one hospital. The country man, so for you in that you think you carpet bomb. So
why?
wicked for people, man, wicked for people.
But the most
and then so for the people that take up the chicken and don't stem enough.
Then that me I say, and that me I try saying, no, we can't, the most we can tell them say is don't eat it, but guess what them all do? Them are going to eat the same way, you know. Them are going to eat it the same way.
I talk to him and I full of water, when But the Coast Guard, when them there,
Coast Guard.
It's not a drink spot. That's what you know. It's a container.
A container full of chicken.
Full of chicken. Eh? Full of chicken. So one of my favorite meat is chicken. Me can tell a load and to me living a farm and no one. No chicken for them but and food. It's current, man. It's current for people, man. This is about international, man, and people are too wicked.
You know, so I do my due diligence, I do research. Because me did a joke it after, you know. Me did a joke it after, but you know, now that I talk to you and others, me feel like me need to do my due diligence and find out about that something here.
Last night, and you're the kind of people who understand about chip and this and that, and they manifest their things. Where they go, it must have a common on who have the life, who have this, who have that.
Right. Well, I'm saying them can't track it.
They come and pound a job, you find this one container full of fucking chicken. Wash up on shore like I went shot the beach.
What them said did I go?
Destined for Cayman. And they said if it was going to Cayman, it would have traveled that road. So something is wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to do my digging. I'm going to do my digging and see.
All right, so love, because the cell never pray because it's going to ask. Every crime and it's wicked.
And the people them don't know better, my friend. Them are just, them not listen either. Them not listen either.
I told love this one again. What if I drunk up to the drunk for them smelly? Because I can't know nothing. Drunk around up in ice time.
All right.
Wicked to talk. All right, that's what it is.
All right, manners. Why? She's super passionate, but you know that's somebody that's concerned about her people and concerned about things that can be done to us. You know what I mean? Them can't hurt we. The Cayman people them said there's no manifesto for that chicken delivery. Even though them say it was destined for Cayman. Many says them know so Jamaican people licky and nyami. Catch them Ross with freeness. Plus them teeth no Ross. Perfect scenario. You know, and that is what I was worried about right there. Cause what you just said just now, and a lie you tell. And you never tell no lie. Many. Are true. That's why when we see it, you know, the first thing we say is do not eat it. It's a setup. When you go look for me comment them, anywhere me could have find it, me say do not eat it. This is a setup. This is a setup. But I joke, me did I joke it out. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo, morning.
My day, family, what going?
Yeah, they talk about the chicken when they find a sea. Boy, I see that right, general.
What you feel about that?
But no, you can't eat that, man. How long it out there?
They might eat it, bro.
The
people that make up their mind already say them are gonna eat it. Them say it for video, them are gonna eat it. You see how them gather it up?
Yeah, me see it.
Yeah.
Eat, man.
Why?
Really licky for true, man.
Yeah, me feel, this is what I honestly feel. Before me go do any research, I feel like that chicken right there is tainted with something and it was purposely put there because somebody are gonna sit back and watch what happens after.
Unless you're Portland supposed to get it. Unless you're Cayman supposed to get it. Cayman Island supposed to get it, right? Right.
And then yeah, them say it was destined for Cayman. Well, that's what I'm reading in the comment section. I haven't gotten it from any reputable source, but I'm gonna do my own digging. By tomorrow, by later tonight.
Yeah, I saw it on TV News.
Right.
So that's why I don't know. Jamaica can do better, man.
Well, right now, you know, I say if you never grow it, don't eat it. I talk about chicken. Yeah, I talk about chicken. If you never grow it, don't eat it.
Eat it. Yeah, exactly. I don't know where that come from.
Yeah, because that container the chicken you eat.
Right.
Wow.
Anyways, well, listen still.
All right, my brother.
All right.
Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, man. How are you doing?
I'm good, my brother. How you doing?
Pretty well, pretty well.
All right.
Yeah, starting because it's chicken.
Wait, what you think about it? Something is going on with your phone. Do you have us on speaker or Bluetooth? No, caller?
Hello?
Yeah, do you have us on? No, we're not hearing you. You're breaking up heavily.
I call it that.
All right, listen. We have all right, we passed 11. So this conversation this morning or this whole show this morning gone off course for me. But you know, if it's sensible or entertaining, I never normally press for the time. We still get into the topic what we came to get into. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning. Turn that down for me, family. Turn that down for me.
Hold on. Hold on, this one.
Yeah, turn.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, but may I hear we too? You have to turn down the way I watch your pan.
Okay, hold on.
Turn it all the way down.
Yeah, you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. One. Talk.
Yo, turn up. Look up this one.
Respect, bro.
Yeah, I see a road from Chilana. I am near man. I go next, I go Woodwood.
See it. Homewood Tech.
Bro. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I tell you this. But then I'm listening to the day listening to news. I listen to it. And bro, we don't know all of you. You ever you work in the army.
Yes.
So when we tell us right now my blood I get hot, you know what that mean, right?
What?
You need to say that.
Oh, we are talking. Yeah, but in particular, so what though?
We mean hot for the whole government, bro.
Okay, all right. That's how may I say it pertaining to what? But yeah.
Hot, bro. If it was any little simple man, other than thing, the government get on top of that. Bro, health is wealth. Health is wealth. And because people in a separation, some people are blaming them, some people are cussing them. You can't cuss them. See? But we understand the levels.
Poverty is a hell of a thing, you know. Poverty is a hell of a thing. People will take advantage of you, you know.
Yeah. Right now, the lady called before. So from the student of Jamaica.
You know what, I try to find out if like I said, I'm gonna do my own little research, but it's puzzling to me if where are our health officials? And then first should I up on the scene and tell everybody to back up yeah. Matter of fact, they should have already sent everything. Thank you. Them should have sent out army of personnel or police personnel, yellow tape off that. People shouldn't be messing with it. And then the health officials should be there right away. That's the procedure.
That's the truth because when we saw the news, the vultures were already in the air surfacing and I said, shit, what the fuck? Are somebody dead? When we literally say chicken, you can't believe. And people happy to take you up. Bro, because as a governor, I want Jamaica to be like 18.
But you can't see how, you know, it's pushing that direction. Yeah.
And one person can make a difference, bro. And the little people that we have, the little strength, the one with the strength now help. Them not help, them not look aside, them not people not SouFlo right now.
One of the hardest things for us that I've learned over the years, this brother, is to enlighten people. That is one of the most challenging. I never know say it would have been so challenging. That is one of the most challenging things to do is to enlighten our people. Over the years when we had do this, the amount of suck your mother and the same people that may try to find out.
You got tree still in you.
And the same people that may try to find out. So when people so gone, then they not even realize that them you are fight for. That's a problem. That's a problem. Boy, yeah, me go through it, brother. Me go through. Yo, me can't come back to Jamaica. Them I go bust out my head back when them see me all kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. We are going. Let me tell you something. Me know you know. It's in the 1980s, baby, them, and early 90s, baby, them. We structured thing right now. As I said in one of your past broadcasts, all of the style we never been. We've been there and done that.
See
the street archery, the robot archery, so
that's a remix.
Everything we do
that's all the matter.
Is right.
Yeah.
Nothing new, not created.
No. Actually, no.
So I say?
No. It's funny you should say that. I ride them picking them in a car and them a sing a song and I say to them, say, that's not the original version of that song. They actually ripped off. But the song when them a sing, them not even did change the words to it. Them just add rap verses to it. So I went on my phone and dig up the song and play them. And you should have seen me mute them more wide open. So I said to them, nothing new. We never create nothing new. I haven't heard or seen anything new from new generation. Yeah, everything if you look around you, you can say, yo, 1990 something, that did a beat. 1980 something, that did a beat. Because that's what has been done.
You remember the transformation matters about Scotland or transform just like Uji Bantan? And that's going to take place soon. Watch out. See? But when I say from the point is, bro, somebody need, so, I don't know how to explain, but somebody need to feel it, bro. Somebody need to feel this. Bro, now, as the lady said, now, hospital now they are Jamaica right now. To say yes, them can help.
Where are the
health
officials? May I wonder which part them there? Because it's them first should depend that. And you know, a whole container of chicken, you know, could carry enough of anything to affect the entire island. Because Jamaica not big enough.
Alright. You and I know so far. What's the easiest way to get rid of people?
What's the easiest
way to get rid of any nation or any people?
Boy, there's a couple of ways. You can attack them through them food supply, you can attack them through them water supply.
The main reason, the main source is their food supply.
Yeah,
so whatever
water supply.
Poultry, fish, whatever. Because you have to eat. You have to consume.
Yeah, through your food and your water supply, brother.
Yeah, you have to. And if we need to be real, we are the most dominant country. As little as we Talawa.
Facts.
As little as we Talawa. And we are losing big time right now because Africa, North Caribbean countries to look up to it. We don't have no backbone now. None.
Boy. But that's hope nothing bad not come out of this still. You know, you're kind of panicky watching it go down, and in hindsight, thinking all the possibilities that could be. But I forgot to do my research first. I not press the panic button yet. I forgot to do my research first. After I do my little research and come back, I shall be by tomorrow morning. I should have solid information on this. I write it down already, so I'm gonna dedicate the rest of today to finding out this. I trace this and see in to the detail. To the detail. All right, look like a call to hang up. All right, so check it. We're gonna hold off on the phone calls, right? From now on, we're gonna hold off on the phone call because we have two topics that we need to get into. These are my two planned topics that my icon is actually built for. One of them, feel good. The other one is raising your awareness about something. All right, we're gonna run through the feel good one first, with all respect to Cocoa Tea. You know, Cocoa Tea was really, really a legend for true. Truly a legend. And it's, I won't say sad, but life is happening. So you don't really realize how great somebody is while they're in your midst until them step off from you, so them gone, right? We're gonna hold off on the calls for right now. Hold off on the calls for right now. Cocoa Tea had a star-studded send-off, which the entertainment fraternity represented well at the well-organized Thanksgiving service. Them not call it funeral or nothing. Them call it Thanksgiving service. At the Thanksgiving service for the legendary reggae singer Calvin Cocoa Tea Scott on Sunday at the veranda in Clarendon Park in the parish of Clarendon, which he was from, which is my parish. Among those present were Gussie. Now, all the name them, them people are showed out, I kind of wonder why them never show up for Merciless same way. Merciless is another one from Clarendon as well, and Merciless did some things in that in our music that was worthy of a proper send-off like this too. However, them choose who them there for and who they're not there for. Cocoa Tea, by the way, I just learned this morning, Cocoa Tea did a whole lot of songs with the great Shabba Ranks. So among those present were Gussie Clark, Mikey Bennett, Josie Wales, Shabba Ranks, Charlie Chaplin, Little John, Wayne Wonder, Richie Stevens, D-Meds, Bugle, Ricky, Bongo Herman, Nesbeth, Kareem Remus Burrell, June Isaacs, Denise Isis Miller, and just a bag of people. Hold off on the call, family. Hold off on the phone calls, please. Dancehall Emperor Shabarang spoke for all when he stated why it was important for him to be marked present at this life celebration of. He said, with all due respect from the heart, I did that for Daya still, whose presence caused a stir because it's Shabarangs, right? When he got up from his seat and persons on the outskirts realized that it was really Shabarangs that was there. He was accompanied by his wife, Michelle. In a small, short interview with the star, the Grammy Award-winning dancehall star spoke of his deep respect for Cocoa Tea. Just to say one thing, and not many things, because every time man open up their mouth, people take it out of context. But as far as Cocoa Tea is concerned, from 1988, when no one knew me, I would say that only my community knew me as an artist. Cocoa Tea gave me a chance on one of his records where him and Home Tea were in the studio. And that song they actually went big. And Bobby Digital made a request that I should join them. And it was my first #1 song in the world. I just heard it this morning. I not even didn't know say Home Tea was on it. I thought it was just Cocoa Tea and Shabba. The song was titled Who She Love. And Mikey Bennett, a former member of the Home Tea, shared all that it was the first #1 song for all three, for Cocoa Tea, for Home Tea, and for Shabba Ranks. And that was done by Cocoa Tea just giving him a chance. Giving an insight into his friendship with Cocoa Tea, Shabba Ranks said that when anyone asked Cocoa Tea about DJ business, it make the world know say, no boy no ride a rhythm like Mama Christie's son, Shabba Rankin. Yeah, so it up upon record. He said, me not go places, me not associate with people, but you see them mania, that mania, Calvin Scott, most of them say Cocoa Tea, but to me, say Isla Bash. Cause when we buck each other, me not say Mr. Scott, and him no say Mr. Gordon. The first thing out of his mouth is Isla Bash. And if you know what that simply means in a life, you will know. So I have to take time out of everything that me do and me there for represent by all means necessary. Veteran DJ Josie Wales said that the love and the respect that he has for Cocoa Tea is more than words can express. He said, I was playing Kingster Gav at a place called Portland Cottage. Him never have a hit yet. Jundra Laws wanted it because Volcano Sound was there, and also we brought him to Myrie Lane with Little John, Tanya, and Lee Van Cliff. Him fit right in, and my soldier. I don't call him nothing but Calvin Scott. When you listen to all those stereo gob tapes and you listen to how I introduce him on the versions, Cocotte, respect, right? Mr. Calvin Scott, love Rastafari, Josie Wales said. Family members and persons from the music industry and political realms were there. I don't know which politician, I just see as people at the service. Bishop Delroy Grant gave the ceremony, and Cocotte passed away on March 11th at a hospital in Florida after a courageous battle with cancer. He survived by his wife, Malvia, 8 children, and grandchildren. It is also said that Cocotte chose the natural route instead of using chemotherapy and all these other things. Now, I know exactly what people are going to say after this. See it then now, just like Bob Marley, I'm sure I did choose the chemo and probably would have survived, but Bob did choose the chemo, but them saying they choose it too late because him did have the natural remedies first. I don't know how true that is. Me believing in something else far as Bob Marley is concerned. Don't call me a matter of fact is not a belief, but you could call me a skeptic or whatever. I don't think Bob Marley died from no cancer. I just put that out there. So from the hardcover booklet filled with the information on high quality paper to the shiny, sleek Corvette that was branded with the name Cocotte parked on the grounds, to the red carpeted walkway, a big screen showing scenes from his life, and the finely dressed guests, it was evidence that the Thanksgiving service for the legendary Cocotte was an event that was fit for royalty. And listening to the various artists, it was clear that Cocotte was indeed a king, even if he sometimes was a miserable one. He was a king. All aspects of the life of Calvin Scott were highlighted by those who paid tribute to him on Sunday at the veranda in Clarendon. Some remembered him for the wonderful songs that he sang and his ability to present the powerful messages in his music, and others for the generous person that he was and his love for family, for racehorses, and for the knowledge of world affairs, while legendary producer Gussie Clarke focused on the period during which Cocotte was bravely battling his cancer. He said, Cocotte simply referred to me as Caesar, and I didn't mind it. It sounded very respectful and highly favored, he said, and a lot of people start laughing. When Cocotte became terminally ill in a facility in a foreign country, he had a small group of friends who he called his team. Numbered among that selected group were Clark, Hopeton Lindo, Nurse Jackie, who he called Rasta Angel, and a few others. Sean Paul, Christian, Sprague Benz, and myself were in constant contact, and we visited him whenever we could. Hopeton Lindo doubled up as our point person. He would fill us in on what's going on with him if we weren't able to make it. And when we couldn't get to him, Hopeton would put him on the phone the next day. Cocotte was killed many times by rumors, even before he died. A lot of people was going around saying Cocotte has passed away when he wasn't. He was still very much alive. So many times that people came to us asking about the status of his health after a while. He noted that although he worked with a new Cocotte for more than a decade, he had more memorable moments about the man Cocotte during his illness. I was awed by his spirit and his resilience to beat the odds. On one of my visits to Cocotte with Hopeton Lindo, as he saw us, he started singing, It Could Be Worse. That was one of his songs, It Could Be Worse. To me, that was profound, Clark said, adding that on another visit, Cocotte expressed with elation his desire to return to the stage. You know, after I beat this, I go get back on stage and want to sing again and want to do a tour and these kind of things. Talking about future endeavors. He even confessed to having to hold back tears when, after not hearing from Cocoa Tea for a while, the singer called him while he was in a Zoom board meeting. He immediately excused himself to take the call and then quickly told the group that the singer was doing good. 6 pages in the program, which was actually a book outlining in detail Holy Mount Zion singer's tumultuous and courageous journey when he was first diagnosed with this large diffused B-cell lymphoma in 2019 to his death in 2025, titled Healthy Journey. It tells of his refusal to believe in the diagnosis, the second opinions, and his firm decision not to take chemotherapy despite doctors telling him in 2019 that if he did not take the chemotherapy, he would only live for about another 6 months. They told him that in 2019. His family and friends who knew about his diagnosis begged and pleaded with him. But if you knew Calvin Cocoa Tea Scott, then you knew that he was incredibly proud and strong-willed, and no one could get him to do anything that he didn't want to do. The piece states, adding that they were told to keep this a secret. Nobody gonna tell everybody now, so me have cancer, so it's all over the place. The Rastaman chose to do alternative, natural medicine, and the Healthy Journey article notes that Cocoa Tea also believed that the doctors were only after insurance money. As his health deteriorated, Cocoa Tea endured MRSA, which is MRSA, pneumonia, kidney, and gastrointestinal issues, but still he held firm to his original decision, the decision not to do chemo, to stick to natural healing or natural medicine. Now, while his choices may not have aligned with medical recommendations for his family's wishes, he stayed true to what he believed. He did it his way. One of the musical pieces played in tribute to Cocoa Tea's original band was the poignant Bridge Over Troubled Water. Bongo Herman drummed into the heart of the people and role-played himself carrying Cocoa Tea on stage. Richie Stevens sang a verse of Fight Back, and Mario McDowell did Jah is My Keeper, a song which had Cocoa Tea's widow, Malvia, visibly shaken. Among others present from the music industry were Mikey Bennett, Josie Wales, Shabba Ranks, Charlie Chaplin, Little John, Wayne Wonder. We named all the names already, and there were many more names that were not named. Cocoa Tea, again, passed away March 11th at a hospital in Florida, and he is survived by his wife and 8 children and all his grandchildren as well. A little bit more in detail, right? We get to know he got diagnosed with cancer at a terminal level. Doctor told him in 2019, if you don't do the chemo, you're not going to live much longer. You have about 6 months. If doctor tell him that in 2019, and he didn't pass away till 2025, obviously that 6 months thing the doctor was talking about, he lived way beyond that. And you know, to some people, 1 year is 10 years in another person's life, right? Cocoa Tea toured, went to many places around the world, sang songs that will outlive all of us, left his mark. In a sense, he lived a life that, probably a life none of us will ever get to experience. A life on a superstar level that none of us get to experience. A humble Rastaman from Clarendon. I know him as a humble person. I saw somewhere in the writing where it says sometime, you know, and have an attitude and this, that, and the other. I don't know that part of him. Just known to be a humble Rastaman from Clarendon. And it is said that he was one of those, very strong-willed, and he stuck to what a Rastaman would have normally stick to still. Yeah? I'm going to fight this naturally. Went and got second opinions. They all came back the same, saying the same thing as the original doctor. And he did it his way. Life is like that, my friend. You choose A or you choose B, but you're going to have to choose at the end of the day. And if you don't choose, life will choose for you anyways. At the end of the day, we all will go at one point. Some will go earlier, some will go later. Cocotee, he chose his path, and some people will choose the chemo and live a couple more years, but them will go also. So a couple more years doing it someone else's way versus years doing it your way. We don't look at it like, oh, him should have did do this and him should have did do that. My heart is happy knowing that he did it exactly how he wanted to do it and went out on his own terms like that. So again, we salute a giant, a giant. And in memory of him, I will at some point play. When I try to find out this morning was all the songs that Cocotee did with Shabba Ranks. Because Shabba Ranks said him did just half he did it. And then I remembered Pirate Anthem, Love Me Truly, Turn It Down, Who She Love. And there are many more songs. And I thought, damn, Shabba Ranks actually did a lot of songs with Cocotee. When I think about them thing here, till the people them gone. Love me truly. If you don't love Cocotee for money free. That's Shabba part, right? Love me. I say a long time I don't hear them song there. Love me truly. If you look into the archives, Cocotee have some of the biggest reggae songs ever. And again, you don't recognize the giant when the giant is standing in front of you so humbly. But now that he is passed in a physical form, his spiritual form will be what it is, because he really was that. He was bigger than just the physical, you know. And we will pay more attention now that he has transcended. So we're not gonna say dead, because a man like that don't die. That energy there was too great. He has transcended, and we'll leave it at that. Yeah. All right. Big up to Cocotee, man. That's life. See? Now, this part I wanted to get into this morning, people. Remember when I have to transition, get my mind off of the Cocotee thing, get into this is the topic I wanted to really talk to you about this morning. Dr. Christopher Tufton pursues human resources partnership with the Philippines. Pay attention. Pay attention. You never see smoke without fire, you know. I'm the kind of person like this. I don't have no problem giving unto Caesar what is due unto Caesar. See? I remember when Marco Rubio went to Jamaica, and before, when the threat was made, the threat of taking away the U.S. visas of Caribbean politicians, public officials, and their closest family members if they continue to support the Cuban medical program, right? So if them keep on use the Cuban doctor them and nurses them in their country, in America they would revoke their U.S. visa. I thought to myself, this is a big threat. This is a big threat because I don't see any of these leaders giving up their U.S. visa. Me know say as a man, you stand up and you show a brave face, but when you're reaching at the house, your wife is gonna say, "Babe, come here." Do you mean to tell me, say, Malani and Kai can't go fly out if anything happen? No, sir. You can't get, and then me, them gonna take my mind so how me I gonna see my mother and this and that and that and the other. So these people have to think about their family as well. Kind of a peculiar position to be placed in. I thought after the Marco Rubio visit that Andrew Holness handled it with class. I said to you the next day, I said, wow, he surprised me, because he said, let's not make no bones about this, right? The Cuban people, the Cuban doctors have been an intricate part of our healthcare system in Jamaica, etc., etc. And we're not doing what it is you're claiming we're doing. We thought that was a stand-up. If you did listen to me though, I said Marco Rubio's response to what was said to him was basically, okay, I hear what you saying, but we still saying what we saying. That was the language. That was how I interpreted it. So when he left Jamaica, something happened, which I told you all about the next day. I said this looked very suspicious. So let's get into this. All right. Dr. Christopher Tufton, Minister of Health, is now pursuing human resources partnership with the Philippines. Hold on. Let me put you on to all this and put it in perspective for everybody. First of all, when the threat was made, I had to draw all these pieces back. When the threat was made from the US that their visas would be taken away, this is the first headline. Jamaica to look to the Philippines, India, Nigeria after US visa rules restrict Cuban doctors. That was the 7th of March, 2025. And I said to you the guys here, I said, hey, Jamaica to look to the Philippines, India, Nigeria. That's funny because the other Caribbean island leaders already said, hey, if I have to give up my stuff, I'm giving it up because the country, our people's health comes first, and et cetera, et cetera. So our leaders had not answered yet, but they answered to me. They answered to me because this was what Dr. Christopher Tufton first said. Jamaica to look to the Philippines, India, Nigeria after US visa rule restrict Cuban doctors. See? That article went like this. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says that new rules that are imposed by the United States, which will effectively prevent Jamaica from hosting Cuban healthcare workers, will pose a significant challenge for healthcare in the country. He was speaking at a meeting at the Standing Finance Committee of Parliament. The minister was responding to questions about the impact of the government's announcement about visa restrictions for public officials from countries benefiting from the Cuban labor export program, the medical program out of Cuba. Now, to look to Philippines, India, Nigeria, those three. Okay. The next thing happened was Marco Rubio flew into Jamaica. I did a painstaking video by going through the whole question and answer session they had before he flew out, detailing the outline of his mission, why he was going to Jamaica, then Venezuela, then wherever he was going, and what the conversation was going to be about. Remember, I told y'all there was one point where he said, if the Jamaicans choose to make this about Cuba, then they're going to miss an opportunity. And I hope that's not what they do. I interpret that as, I ain't coming here to talk to you about Cuba, nigga. I already said what we said about Cuba. You gonna stand on that with us, but we're gonna talk about other things. You understand? So I was like, damn, they're asking what if, or is there space for that conversation on the table? And he's like, that's a waste of time. And if the Jamaicans choose to waste time talking about that, they'll be missing an opportunity. Yeah, if you watch how people talk to you, you know what I'm saying? Because people could disrespect you neatly or let you know neatly, I ain't here to talk about what you're trying to talk about. We have other things to talk about. I already said what I said about that. And you're going to roll with that. Watch what happened after that. All right? And pay attention, Pay attention. So right after Marco Rubio left Jamaica, suddenly Dr. Christopher Tufton announces, this is no coincidence. I said, what is no coincidence? So you know me. Me go look at me want to see. When I talk about no coincidence, oh, big headline, Cuban doctors exodus out of Jamaica. I said exodus. That means a whole heap of them are left. Don't you find it rather peculiar that after Marco Rubio visits Jamaica, a whole bunch of Cuban doctors leave Jamaica? The reality is that This is what Dr. Christopher Tufton said. The reality is that the Cuban mission allows for medical professionals to come for a period. This is our Dr. Christopher Tufton, a style it for we, for our consumption. Don't panic. It's not that. It's not because the American came here. It's because, the reality is that these medical professionals from Cuba, they come only for a period. As it turns out, coincidentally, this period has come to an end for a number of them, so that a number will go back for others to come. In some instances, extensions are granted, but it is granted up to a particular point. This is what Dr. Christopher Tufton said. Now, may I talk about the day after? Y'all gotta pay attention. I'm talking about the day after Marco Rubio leave Jamaica, The day after him left Jamaica, The Cuban doctor them is out of there, And Dr. Christopher Tufton come tell we say, no, don't panic. It's just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. Remember when I was talking to y'all and I said, you don't know what the hell was said behind closed doors. Let me give you a scenario of what I think was said behind closed doors. Hey man, Rubio, I hear what you are saying and we are willing to please you. However, this is an election year, So this could go down really bad because this is not what the people are favoring right now. So this could go down really bad for my administration. So let me find a palpable way to give it to them, right? And then we will do something else on the back end to make sure that it plays into your, what you trying to do. They already put it out there where they would be looking, right? Them put in a news media in Jamaica, Philippines, India, Nigeria. Pay attention. Why the hell them Cuban doctors leave the day after this man left Jamaica? Only never see nothing wrong with that. We said, you know what? We're going to give Dr. Christopher Tufton the benefit of the doubt, right? It's coincidentally. Well, in some instances, he said that extensions are granted, but it's only up to a particular point, said Dr. Christopher Tufton, as he noted that the approximately 400 Cuban health professionals in the island now, 1/3 would be returning with their replacements scheduled to arrive sometime after. Of the 400, 1/3 of them would be leaving like immediately. The other coincidence that is taking place, he said, the other coincidence that is taking place is that currently we are negotiating an MOU. Pay attention to this word, MOU. The MOU is the Memorandum of Understanding. He said, we are negotiating a MOU with the Cuban government. So there is a conversation that is taking place right now, looking at the existing MOU, looking at the possibilities for change. And so there is an opportunity, given the recent discussion coming out of the US, because the US was accusing them of being a part of human trafficking, right? Remember the accusation said that the Cuban doctors then don't get paid. It's like Jamaica or other countries, they pay straight to the Cuban government, and then the Cuban government take the money and decide how much they want and get a little Cuban doctor them. That was what the US was saying. Out of Cuba, they're saying that's propaganda. However, Jamaica is caught up in the mix. So Dr. Christopher Tufton told us with 1/3 of these 400 doctors on the island scheduled to leave not almost immediately, they were leaving the day after Rubio went to Jamaica. We're negotiating a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with the Cuban government. so that there's a conversation that is taking place right now, looking at the existing MOU, looking at the possibility for change. And so there's an opportunity, given the recent discussion coming out of the US, for us to clarify issues and maybe adjust elements of the agreement. I guess them couldn't clarify no issue and adjust elements of that agreement. Because here we are, where it now says, this morning, me wake up and see it. Dr. Christopher Tufton pursues human resource partnership with the Philippines. Jamaica has signed a MOU with the Philippines. Human resource partnership, they say. I said, nice wording. Let me see if it's this, along the lines of the same, what the Cubans would be doing there instead. Listen up. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton is in the Philippines, and that's why I'm probably couldn't there Jamaica to send nobody go down which part the chicken did wash up on the shore and give some direction. He was in the Philippines pursuing a partnership to boost human resources for Jamaica's public health sector. Go back to what him did say earlier when them said them are going to take a visa. Him say Jamaica would start looking towards different places to include the Philippines, India, and Nigeria. Fast forward now back to today, seems they're in the Philippines. Dr. Tufton traveled to the Philippines, follows the visit of the country's Secretary of Health, Dr. Teodoro Herbosa, to Jamaica in January when the two countries signed a Memorandum of Understanding, a MOU. So them have a MOU with Cuba, them have a MOU with, to collaborate on the health workforce in both of their countries. Since arriving in the Philippines, we have had a series of bilateral discussions involving my team and his to work out the details of a training program between the two countries for specialists, nurses, a new release from the Health and Wellness Ministry quotes Dr. Tufton as saying, the idea is to have Jamaican specialist nurses trained remotely and then to have our trainees coming on rotation to hospitals here in the Philippines. Okay. We're also working through possibilities for healthcare workers from the Philippines coming to work in Jamaica. Notice how them say healthcare workers, but when them talk about the nurses, them say nurses. So what healthcare workers you talk about? Because you don't say nurses already. And the doctor them you talk about, bro, but him no want to say doctor. So it obviously seemed to us like, damn, they got rid of all them doctors from Cuba down to get doctors in from the Philippines. So they word it this way and say healthcare workers. When you were describing the nurses, you didn't say healthcare workers. You specifically said nurses. They're healthcare workers. But that's not showing how me read between them lines there, you know. We're also working through possibilities for healthcare workers from the Philippines coming to work in Jamaica, as well as to have faculty members from the Philippines do training in Jamaica. Both countries signed the MOU on health cooperation at Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in Kingston, and that was already signed in January of 2025, January 23rd. Day 2 of the first ever Health and Wellness Career Expo and Employment Fair. That event was hosted by the Minister of Health and Wellness in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, saw the participation of Secretary Herbosa, who was present for the opening ceremony a day earlier. I feel like the information about Cuba and how the US feel about that came down the pipeline. Remember, you know, these people are politicians who are high up the ladder. So they get stuff before we, the civilians, them get it. You understand? So I feel like they already heard this coming down the pipeline. Yo, the US is not pleased with this Cuban medical program stuff throughout the Caribbean. sooner or later it's gonna come to the forefront where so they tried to soften the Jamaican crowd up first by saying, well, you know, I think we're gonna have to start looking other places for our help in the medical field, you know, doctors and nurses, etc. Due to visa restrictions, which common sense people like me are gonna be like, visa restriction, them are gonna restrict the civilian them in a Jamaica visa, or a Hoofa visa are gonna get restricted. And then we bounce over to the US side since they say it's from the US, only to find out they're talking about visa restrictions for those political leaders and their closest family members. That's super personal. That's super personal. If them did say them are going to visa restrict Jamaican people, regular people, I don't think they would mind. I don't think they would mind. But when them say them are going to restrict the elected officials, the public officials, and their closest family members, that's when it became super personal. So you know what? We could put up a brave face up front and make the people them believe, say, and this way I do. But we know, say, at the end of the day, remember, I know when Marco Rubio left that meeting, that he let it be known that, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Because Andrew them was over there like, that is not what we're doing. We don't do this that way. They've been a very good help to us and part of our program. And Marco Rubio was basically like, yeah, I hear you. But I said what I said, right? And any decent person would be on the side of someone who's against human trafficking, correct? So it's like them not. You ever talk to somebody yet who, no matter how you sat there and you laid it out and you explained, their mind was just already made up that I'm gonna listen to you talk, but I'm still gonna be saying what I'm saying. You not swaying me anyway. That's how the conversation ended, which told me that Jamaica is going to have to make some change. They're just not going to wake up from one morning to the next morning and make it so obvious that everybody could see it. Boom, every one of the Cuban them left Jamaica. Tomorrow, boom, it's full of Filipinos. It's gonna be a gradual phase out, but that's what the intention is that I see. Now, if somebody feel like they can educate me on this and tell me, so when me see it happen and not true, I would appreciate that. I was giving them the benefit of the doubt, but I'm paying attention. And I told y'all I was going to pay attention to this very closely to see what's going on. And what I see going on is they're doing the will of exactly what Marco Rubio said. You better save that US visa for your family. That's that. Save that US visa for your family, because we came, we said what we had to say, and we're not budging on it, Jamaica. So you can pretty it up and feed it to your people any which way you feel like it. But at the end of the day, make sure it goes our way. with a Vibes Cartel mad so laugh at the end. Yeah. Sure. Charnel Williams, I appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much. Audrey Wright says, of course, if something happened to them need to fly out. But the ordinary people can't. Right. That's why I say from the beginning, rotted, this is an attack on them. This is an attack on them, because the conversation when we didn't know whose visa was threatened, you know, enough Jamaican people say stuff like, if we gather up the whole of Jamaica right now, all of the Jamaican people have visa. And Andrew said to them, give up your visa today or to keep the Cubans or let them go. Which one would you choose? I guarantee you not one of them would have give up them visa. Them would have willing to take anybody else in place of them. By Cubans. I said, wow. But then when we heard that it's not them, it's not the regular people, it's them. That's the first thing I thought to myself. I said, if anything happens to any one of these people in Jamaica, don't they always fly out to go get their medical care? By extension, them have family overseas too, you know. They love to go traveling. They love to come to the US and go shopping and see their other family members and they're picnic them and check on their properties they have here and whatever else them I do. To give up all that? And worse again, most of them have wife. Wife want to travel regular, jump on plane. She want to know say if Jamaica burn down, she can skirps out of there. But the Bantan song is fulfilling. Simmer. Country for sale. Apply within. How could they tell me what I want? Why you sell out everything? Tell them what, wait there. Audrey says, tell them where, if you do then, radam, them with a 10% tariff for starters and more to come. If them the alright, Audrey, so Audrey, may I end up on the page, don't? May I end up on the page, Audrey, we see it. Alright, so now everybody in that class does my friend. Okay. Okay. Wife in both locations. Yeah, I have to come and go. Hope those can run with. Oh, who can afford to run will run. But what about those who can't? They will have to stay. Yeah. But to pay attention what go on, man. Cause me know say there is no. Me not say coincidence don't happen. I just found it highly suspicious. I was like, the day after he leaves, Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Are you still talking about the Cuban?
Yeah, but not really.
Because I think they had to say something.
You think what?
I think it's funny because you know how Miami was built. Do you know that story so far?
How Miami was built?
No, how the Cubans came to Miami and
yeah.
The Bahamas.
Right.
And all this.
Well, they didn't come from the Bahamas. I grew up in Miami, so the time when I was growing up.
I mean, the Bahamas used to be rich and used to have money, and then the police went with the white Cubans and bring them to Miami and kick the black people and Jamaica on the side of the beach.
Okay, I don't know much about that.
Okay.
The story I have of the Cubans in Miami doesn't have anything to do with the Bahamas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're talking about something totally different, though.
Okay, man. I'll go back some other time.
All right.
Okay. Have a nice day. Bye.
You too now.
Bye.
Yeah. This one isn't a coincidence. I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt, right? I said coincidence do happen. Sometimes you something aligned with something and it just make you look bad. It make you look like nah, you lied. So I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt. But why are you announcing this MOU signed with the Philippines and now he's over in the Philippines cutting ribbons? Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness officially opens the health and wellness career. So even the Prime Minister was there. Dr. Christopher Tufton and the Prime Minister was there. And that was March. And then, when the tariffs started getting head out, I said to myself, just like what you just saying, a friend, Audrey just said, well, let's start them off with a 10%. But that meeting was a face-to-face to look somebody dead in the eyes and say that 10% could turn to 20. Oh, you could really be hurting because that 20 could turn to 30 and 40. Remember, America doesn't need anything from Jamaica. All your imports, we can get those from somewhere else. Yeah, Audrey, one of them there, Sefe. So I bet you Sefe. Sefe, Sefe. Yep. Yes, and I bet you they will not be eating chicken. Kaz Robinson. Boy, it look like this here, sir. We're not going to hold up this one much longer this morning because I'm going to cut this so I can go pick up my daughter and all these other things. But tomorrow, nope, tomorrow I have a meeting at my child's school around the time this should be going on. So it probably won't have a live tomorrow. I told y'all they did a report on my son who can read very well and said he's at beginner's level reading. And the report said that Kai is struggling to put words together and is probably depending on pictures or depending on memory or something, characters to associate with words for him to be able to say the words. And when I read the report, I said, who the hell are they talking about? Because this does not describe my child. I give Kai one of my occupational therapy books to read, and Kai read that. So you're definitely not talking about Kai. So we're going to address that tomorrow morning with them, with our next concern that I have for them. So we'll line up a meeting, and we'll be meeting with the principal and his school teacher tomorrow morning. So this live won't be happening tomorrow morning. See? All right. Every day you're live, forget about work. No problem. I can do some work. Says Kaz, you can have the live late. Yeah, we'll probably end up doing it late tomorrow. But you know, tomorrow is also one of wifey days off. Actually, yeah, you can probably do that. Because go through a purification process. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Don't tell them. Don't tell them about buckler. We will see how it goes. They don't want to lose their visa to check their foreign accounts. Howard McIntosh said. You know what, Howard? We're gonna end it like this. It's amazing how two things. One, it's amazing how the same people who you advocate for are the same people who will sacrifice you, like literally. Then we kill you, you know? Then we kill you if you tell them, say, them people there and this are the plan for them and them are going to hurt you. The same people them turn around kill you for the same people where you show them, say, are going to hurt them. After you dead now and gone, them hurt them any rotted way. And then them say, oh, we shouldn't kill him, you know? That's one. That's the hardest thing out here, is enlightening our people. The second thing is how distracted we are while serious things are happening, you know. The distraction is, this distraction needs to be studied. How distracted the people are. Imagine you are so distracted that you don't even know what take place, like them are planning your life and your future, and you don't even know what's taking place, and they're doing it right in front of you. But we're so distracted, like, yo, I have to go work by 8 o'clock, you know. I have to do a double shift today, and I have to work this long, and then I have to go home, and then I'm tired when we reach home, man. But just want to watch 2 funny videos and get in some, you know, frivolous conversation and stuff. Take my mind off of work, make my brain rest a little bit, and then back to work again tomorrow. And you miss all of the new laws, rules, regulations, when them have plans for your next, when them have plans for your picnic them, what became mandatory overnight, all these other things. You're just missing everything. So our distraction is something else. It's something else. That's all I'm gonna say. Pay attention. Hear what? At the end of the day, it don't make no sense to live for, because half of this stuff we can't control it anyway. Right? It's good to know what's happening though. But at the end of the day, most of what is happening, we cannot control it from our level anyway. So I do have a saying that says, why worry about what you cannot control? To some level, we can control this, you know. But it would take too much unity, which we don't possess. So the next step is we just have to watch things unfold. I just like keeping everybody in the know. So while you're suffering, you know why you're suffering. See? That's all. With that said, though, These people shall pass. Their system shall pass. These things too shall pass. And I still have faith that tomorrow will be better. We're going to left it right. That's all for today. Manners and respect to each and every one of you tuning in. Rush Jada said, Kai, just now, like them. We're going to see tomorrow. We're going to see tomorrow. All right. Rush Jada, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Our waters are so open. Imagine it was a container full of guns. That come in already. Plane not land at Jamaica already. And them empty out the plane by the time anybody will not pay attention to what go on. Listen, I'm going to catch you all at another time. All right. Go with God. Be good. Go with your ancestors. Be good. Some of them have some dirty ancestors. I'm not standing with them. Go with God. Be good. God in everything. All right. One love. I'm out. Peace.